In the last session, we have seen data stage, and now we are going to discuss with lookup stage in data stage. So, which will like similar to join, and having some differences between join and lookup and merge. So, three different stages, and but the workflow will be somewhat similar, but the data what we get is somewhat different, and the process like performance wise even in which case we need to go, these all things we are going to discuss. And now we'll see lookup first. So the join stage job I'm going to open, but however it is only read only. Fine. So I'm going to just take the same copy, or I'll create a new job. Okay. So in join stage itself, in the session when we are discussing with join, we have discussed with EMP table and DEPT table to fetch department name, D name. So now also the same way I do, but we'll observe what is the difference between a lookup and a join. So lookup in the sense it will look into the reference and bring the key column that we have pulled to the target. So how it happens, how it works, we'll see. So I'm going to make it as a data set, the target. Now I'm going to give the first input as lookup. I'm sorry, first input to lookup is primary, and next all are lookup links, nothing but reference links, and the other link is output. So just to replace with the join, I just placed as a lookup stage here. Okay, so the input link names of join stage is left and right and intermediate. In the lookup, the input link names are, we'll just see, link ordering, primary link, lookup link. So how many lookups you give, I mean how many inputs you give, the first input will be taken as primary and rest all are reference links. And you identify this link view like a reference. Before we have seen the reject link even. So when you drag output and another output, another the stream link. So this is your stream link, which is output, and this is your reject link. So the reference link, stream link, and reject link, both three links are supported only the one stage called lookup stage. And rest all are like it supports either stream or output, one stream, one output, and one reject. That's it. But in the lookup, you can see these three links. Now I want dname from DEPT. So what I'm going to do, the lookup in the lookup is DEPT, and in Oracle I'm going to give EMP table, the primary one. Oracle Scott Tiger, and the other name is EMP. Sorry, the other name in the sense the table name. So I'm going to load the EMP table definition into my primary input link. And in job properties tab, I'm going to disable this runtime column propagation. And here I'm going to call the DEPT table. So how can you define a key column in lookup stage? The view itself changes from the other stages, like you look into join, you have looked it into other filters, which these all stages looks in one way, and lookup and transformer look in the look differs of these two stages in data stage. The rest all stages are similar. Okay, now see, this is your two inputs that we have given, DSLink 4 and DSLink 5. So DSLink 4 would be your primary and DSLink 5 would be your reference, the lookup link. Now, how do you define a key column? In join stage, how did I define a key column? Just I have given, there is a key mandatory field. In the drop down list, I got the matching key columns in the both two input links. On that, I have chose the key column, which key column I want. But here I don't have such option. Now what to do? What I can do, just take the department number from the EMP table, which is primary, and look up into the reference link. Reference is DS link 5 DEPT, which is department number DEPT coming from this book, fifth DS link 5, and DS link 4 is a EMP table. Now this is your join condition. You specify here in a join condition, and in the join stage, I have defined you. I told you key columns. The spelling should be exactly matched between number of inputs that you provide. If you don't provide exact spelling of a key column in all inputs, you cannot get into the drop down. You cannot see into the drop down of a join stage. In the lookup, one change between a join and a lookup I'm discussing now is key column. In lookup, you don't require a key column here. You can map any key columns to any key column, but only the data type should be match. So for example, department number, I can map it into dname also. Okay, but it will not execute. It will get error. To take, it will take pickup. Okay, so that you need to. So that you need to define a key column. Okay, 1 second. I'll just remove. Okay, totally it good. Only the department number only I thought it will be left. Okay, fine. No problem. So here if you see DS link 5, the key column is selected. If you have department number and dname matching both key columns, you can uncheck this. With that even you can remove this key column by default. Unfortunately, if you mention any key column, you can remove. Okay, so this is your key column specifying. Now how can we retrieve the required columns? So for example, I want EMP all the columns and I want only the dname from the department name. So you just drag and drop the left DS link 5 reference link column which you want. Based on this lookup condition, which column you want to retrieve? Dname I want to retrieve. I want to view the dname of each department number. So the EMP table data I have and dname of this I want into the output. Okay. So we'll just see how many records we are going to fetch and how it is going to work first, and later on we'll discuss some points. I have some information to discuss. We'll see that. I'm giving the name as LKP lookup output .ds. So I'm going to take here the output. So compile and it will ask to save. I'm going to save in the jobs as lookup stage. Underscore job. I hope it's 9 and 10th job. 10th job. It's saved. And it is going to run now. I have compiled it and I'm running now. We'll see how many records we are going to fetch and why those many only records we are fetching and what all information we'll see. See now, I have 14 records and I have 14 records and I have 4 records. And you know that 4 means we have department number 10, 20, 30 and 40 in the DEPT and only 14 records we are fetching. The output we will see. So now 14 records we have got fetched and we got all the D names of those 14 records. 10th department accounting. And one thing you need to observe here in the join while discussing, we discussed that the output from join stage would be sorted. We'll sort and get the data of the group. Sort in the sense it's not like a 10, 20, 30 in order you get, but it's like a group values you get at place, one place. So that we postpone to the partitioning techniques discussion. Once we go to the partitions discussion. In that case, we'll come to know, okay, according join and why it is getting sorted, and in lookup why it is not getting sorted. Okay, so now this is not sorted and you got the output as it is. Fine. Now this is which kind of join, either inner or left outer, right? In lookup, how to specify a join condition means just go to lookup failure. Lookup failure. Don't think of, or as of now leave it about the condition not met, but I am discussing only with the lookup failure. What is this lookup failure? Lookup means which what table we have in the lookup input? We have DEPT table. So what it is saying, lookup failure means the record is not present in primary, and that lookup is that record is not present in the lookup link. That is a lookup failure. In that case, what should I do? What should I do? I'll just repeat once again. What I'm saying is, if I have a lookup data which is department 10, 20, 30, 40, I'll just give the table view here, and this is your lookup table. I'm sorry, not lookup table, that is the primary table, and now I'm going to give the lookup table, lookup table, that is DEPT. So primary link is your EMP, the EMP table, and the lookup table is DEPT table. Now see the department number. So 10, 20, 30. Do you see any apart from 10, 20, 30? Nothing. So in this case, how does a lookup failure means? The lookup failure, for example, if you have 40 here and you have 40 here, okay, no problem, no issues. But if you have 50 here and you don't have 50 in your lookup table, 10, 20, 30, 40, up to 40 only we have in DEPT department numbers. In department number in of EMP, we have 10, 20, 30 only. 40 is not present in lookup, but 40 is not present in EMP. It is present in lookup only. In EMP, it is not present. Okay. So now, what is the problem? Here, no problem, nothing problem, but only the thing, what the process. So you get lookup failure as. So it is asking to fail. If you have lookup fail, and if you have a record which is in primary, and if that record is not present in the lookup, then that is a lookup failure record. In that lookup failure cases, should I behave? Should I fail the job? If you find a record which is in lookup and which is not in primary, which is in primary and have not having lookup record in the lookup input, then it should be fail, or it should be continue, or it should be dropped, or it should be rejected. So continue means what? Okay, without that record, even if 50th department is only in EMP table and not having in DEPT table, which is a lookup table, though it is a lookup failure record,
This conference will now be recorded.
the option fail. In that case, the lookup fail works. And if you say continue, as I said before, like previously, it will, what happened here, 50 is there, it will continue to the target. So here in this case, you need to understand, when you say continue, even though 50 is not having in the lookup table, still it goes to the target. So the primary link is like a left link. Means when you say left table, all records are moving to the target. In that case, what type of join we can say? It is left outer join. Means when you say lookup failure continue, that would be your left outer join in the lookup stage. And if you say drop, means that 50th department record will be dropped and only it will take to the output the matching records. So in this case, we can say it is inner join. Means inner join means only the matching records we should move to the target. And reject means, see, drop and reject we discussed previously. Now again I'm just talking about drop and reject. Drop means you cannot capture anywhere. It will be dropped. It will not capture the record rejected anywhere. Reject means you can give an output and you can capture those records. Can we do it in join? I hope we cannot do it in join. Not hope. Like we discussed in join that we cannot capture the rejected records. But in lookup, you can capture those rejected records. So this is one more difference between a join and a lookup. I hope we discussed three differences till now, like link names. So in the join stage, it will be first link will be left link, and in between links to the last link will be intermediate links, and the last input link to join would be your right link. And in the lookup, you have only the primary link, which will be treated as a left link, and remaining all are lookup reference links, lookup links or reference links. How many means n number? You can give n number. So by default option is fail. If you say fail, the job will fail if the lookup failure record present in your primary. For suppose, what I'll do, I'll just make this as reference, and I'll make this DEPT as primary. Now I'm changing the links. Just concentrate. I'm making reference as primary as DEPT table and reference as EMP table. Now there is a lookup failure record present or not? Lookup failure record is present or not? Yes, because DS link 50. DS link, sorry, 50th department, as I said before in the example, but 40th department in DEPT table is a lookup failure record, because in lookup table, EMP table, I don't have 40, but I have in primary. So that is a lookup failure record. Now what is the option we have? Fail. Condition not met. Keep aside as of now. Lookup failure fail. So what it is saying, the job should fail. We'll try, we'll see whether the job is getting failed or not. And sorry for the noise that you get now. Now I'm going to run. So what should happen? My job should fail because I have a lookup failure record, and lookup fail is equal to 3. So lookup fail is equal to fail. So my job will be failed. We'll see whether it is going to fail or not. See, job got failed. I'm sorry, in my apartment, I hope people are moving some gas related something. Okay, we'll go to the director and see the reason why it got failed. Lookup stage, job done. So it shows one warning. We'll see that warning. Ignoring duplicate entry at table record 2. No further warnings will be issued for this table. And fatal error, we'll see. See, it is showing clearly 40th department, which is a key lookup for record to key values, 40th department. So because of non-matching value, it is getting failed. Lookup failed. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll change the same lookup fail into continue. And try to observe here. Here one important point I'm going to mention, and I'm going to describe. And this difference, if you are able to remember and or like practice, and in interviews by chance, if you get this concept question in interview, please export this thing. You will get a good confidence. I mean, good opinion to the interviewer that you have good knowledge in Datastage. Not only in the concept of this join and lookup and match, but the concept of Datastage also, it gets somewhat higher priority. Okay, see now. So I got what happened, lookup failure continue, 40th department also into the target. But one thing you might observe here, before When I do this EMP table as primary and DEPT table as a lookup table, total how many records I got into the output even the lookup failure is equal to fail? 14 records. Means what? It is having 10th department 3 times in EMP table. So it brought 3 times to the target, all the records. And it has department number 25 and it got 5 into the target. But now you see, you observe, it is not going to bring all the 10th related departments from EMP table and all 20th department or 30th department related from the EMP table. So what is the difference here is lookup will not have the duplicate matching values by default. So ignoring duplicate entry at table record 2. That what you got, right? Duplicate entry. So duplicate entry in the sense in 10th department 3 employees are there. So it will take only one employee. So that is one kind of difference. This is very important. Of course, it is a primary or lookup. It should get all the department, 10th department value, 3 records, 20th department, 5 records, 30th department, 6 records. But it is not going to bring that. That is the reason. There is a difference. Lookup doesn't allow the duplicate values by default. But if I want the duplicate value, what should I do? This is another important key point. So please concentrate again here. Multiple rows written from the link. Just select which reference link we want. Multiple records means if we have duplicate entry, if I want to bring them into the target, what should I do? Multiple entry record. This is one of more important thing in the lookup. The two differences that I discussed previously, like the now what we discussed, like at present the multiple duplicate values, and the other one is it will not lookup will not by default bring that all matching values to the target, but join does that. This is one more important difference between join and lookup. Okay, so you cannot capture the result data in the join stage. So in the lookup stage, we can capture. And if you don't want all the matching values to the target, in that case, even you can go for lookup. So now you see you got 15 records. So by default, if you are not able to get multiple matching values to the target, what should you do? You have one more option called multiple rows written from the link. In that case, you need to go there and you need to select a drop down in drop down lookup. So which lookup links you have, those all will be listed out. And lookup stage supports single primary link and a number of lookup links. See now. Okay, so this is what a difference between a one. We will try to capture the rejected link even. I'll make this as okay. If I say drop, what will happen? I'm sorry, I directly jumped into reset link option. I'll just continue with the drop. So now how many records you are going to see into the target is drop is that 40th department will be dropped and only 3 records. Okay, 3 records because why? I removed this reference. I removed. I'll just put it. So I'm having this job. Total 14 records. Now you cannot find department number 40. Now I forgot to say that lookup failure drop 14 records I got. So this is your inner join. So when you say lookup failure equal to continuity is left outer join and lookup failure equal to drop or reject. So I'll make it as reject. I'll give this name as lookup result.ds. I'm going to compile it. So I got 14, one department record here. That is 40th department record. Okay, and I'll just remove these multiple rows returned from the link. I'll just remove that ds link 4. Okay, I remove it, and we'll see how many rejected data we will get into the target. That means rejected. See how many records I got? 3 records and 1 record. That is common, right? From these 4. And EPT is primary and EMP is reference. And one more difference you see here, you observe here, you cannot get the reference links rejected data into the reject link. This is one more difference. Okay, will merge supports or lookup supports. I'm sorry, lookup doesn't support. Lookup doesn't support all the matching values and the rejected. So here the reference link data also will not be captured into the rejected. So lookup is having some drawback, that is not able to capture to the rejected data of reference. If you want to overcome this, we can go for match. So that is the another case. And apart from this, lookup is having separate topic, some topic about we need to discuss lookup file set and about lookup for some time. So that we will discuss later. So now we'll stop here and we'll continue with merge in the next session. Thanks for watching this video.